Sirach chapter 10, verse 10. It says, the physician cutteth off a long disease. Right? And who's that long disease? Well, symbolically speaking, if you will, a physician, if you will, or a doctor will cut off a long disease. And using that as a similitude, or that saying as a similitude, who's that disease in this world that has to be cut off or destroyed? It's the so-called wicked, which in the book of, if I'm not mistaken, Malachi, it'll tell you that Esau, he's the border of wickedness. Right in the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24, it will say that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right, so Esau, he's that long disease that's in power, if you will. Now, as the head, the whole tail, or as the head, if you will, he has influence. Now, if the king is wicked, or ruler of a city is wicked, then the city is similar to the king or the ruler. So the whole world has become wicked, if you will, because of him. Right? He has to be cut off in order for deceit and evil to be put out. Let's read again. It says, the physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. Alright, so this man has to be put out, man. He has to be cut off. Second Esdras chapter 6, verse 27, it says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. In order for evil to be put out, the evildoer has to be destroyed. Right? Because it speaks about the worker of iniquity. In fact, Esau, he's known as the man of sin. Which is spoken about in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. He's that man of sin. That son of perdition. Let's read it again, verse 27. It says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. And a great dragon was cast out, that old serpent. Now, when you go into that word, Salakia, it says, and a great dragon was cast out, that old serpent. Now, who's the old serpent? That great dragon, Esau Edom. In fact, in the book of Isaiah, it will tell you that he's that crooked serpent, that crooked serpent. It says called the devil and Satan. Now, when you go into that word devil, I think if I'm not mistaken, Greek or in Latin, is diabolos, which means the great accuser. The word Satan means adversary. Right, so Esau, he's the adversary, man. He opposed the Lord. He's adverse. Esau, he's adverse to righteousness, man. Right, so in order for wickedness or evil to be put out, he has to be put out as well, man. The wicked has to be put out, that wickedness may be put out. It says, verse 9, it says, and a great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. See, that deceit. So it tell you that Esau, he deceiveth the whole world, man, the four corners, through his philosophies, through his false teachings, through his falsehoods, which is these modern religions that he have set up, through literature, No. It says, which deceiveth the whole world, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Going back to 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 27. It says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. So in order for deceit and evil to be put out and quenched, and the deceiver has to be put out as well, man. The evildoer has to be put out, man. That evil and deceit may be quenched. Let's get this. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 4. It says, therefore the law is slack. Let's read it again. It says, therefore the law is slack. You know, there's no righteousness, no order in the world because of Esau Edom, man. In fact, Esau Edom, he's sitting in that power seat. He has governance over the whole earth. Just like the Greek Empire, just like the Roman Empire. It says, therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doeth never go forth. See, no righteousness, no justice go forth, man. That's why you have man laying with man. Because Esau said, hey, it's all right, man. Esau made it normal. Right, you have straight confusion over in America and in the world. In fact, in the book of Job, and I'm going to come back to Habakkuk chapter 1. In the book of Job, it speaks about this. Job chapter 17, verse 12. It says, they changed the night into day. The light is short because of darkness. Let's read it again. They changed the night into day. The light is short because of darkness. See, Esau, he have, put everything out of his course, man. He changed everything, man. He made sweet the bitter and bitter the sweet. He made that which seemed to be normal and righteous. Oh, he made that which is righteous and normal to seem to be wrong, man. He made that which Esau made that which is wicked, and he made it, to seem to be good in this world, acceptable. In fact, it speaks about, that which is highly esteemed of men is an abomination. Loosely paraphrasing. So in this world, you have evil seen as good, man, and good seen as evil. And that's all because the so-called white man. It says, they changed the night into day. The light is short because of darkness. Going back to Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 4, it says, therefore the law is slack, and judgment doeth never go forth. For the wicked doeth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. In this society, adultery is promoted, glorified, mocked, when it's, a hateful thing, man. You have people being liberated to do wickedness. All right, let's get this real quick. Salaki, bear with me. Let's get Job chapter 18. Job chapter 18, verse 5. It says, "Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine." Yeah, so hey, it's prophesied that he's gonna be put out, man. Along with his evil, along with his deceit. It says, "The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him." See, it says, "And his candle shall be put out with him," man. So Esau, and along with his wickedness, gonna be put out, man. His counsel gonna be put out, demolished. For as it is written, Esau is the end of the world. So this world is going to end. And it says, "And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." So for the other world to come, man, or before the world to come, this world has to be destroyed, man. Let's get this. Let's get second Esdras. Matter of fact, let's get Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14, verse 9. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14, verse 9, it says, "For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto God." So the ungodliness that's in this world has to be put out along with the ungodly, man. That faith and righteousness may flourish. It says, let's read again. "For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto God. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it." Right, and you got so-called falsehoods like modern religions, these philosophies, these false teachings, these traditions of man, all were produced, or all these things were issued from the wicked, man. So those things, those falsehoods, philosophies, false teachings, all that wickedness has to be destroyed along with them that made it, man. Let's get Sirach chapter 21. Verse 27. Sirach chapter 21, verse 27, it says, "When the ungodly curseth Satan, he curseth his own soul." Right, so damn right, brothers is right, man, when they say that Esau, the so-called white man, is Satan. Right, because Esau, he's in accordance with the adversary, with the spiritual adversary, which is Satan, man. He's in one accord, man. In fact, let's get 2 Thessalonians. Touch on that real quick. It's 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means. It says, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. See, that man of sin has to be revealed. Now, who's that man of sin? Esau, Edom. And he has been revealed already, man. And he's continually being revealed, man. And who's revealing him? The prophets. Right? The prophets are uncovering the wickedness of Esau, Edom. Daily, man. It says, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Now, perdition goes into damnation. It says, who opposeth, verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God. No, see, Esau, he'll use a form of, or he used something called, iconoclasm. Or a Esau, he's the chief iconoclast. And forgive me if I'm not using that word right or pronouncing it right. But when you go into that word iconoclast, it means destroyer of images or destroyer of icons. See, Esau, he's the chief destroyer of images. That's why he got rid of all the real depictions or accurate depictions of the prophets. Which, what is the accurate depiction? The real prophets, they were of dark skin color, man. Brown, dark skin color, man. Had woolly hair, etc. That's accurate depictions, man. And guess what? You don't see no depiction around like that. You don't see no dark skin or brown skin prophet, man, in these houses all around the world, in these museums, in these churches. All you see in these places, man, is white prophets, man, white judges, man, biblical people, white biblical people, which is false, which is a false depiction. Esau, he even made an image which the world know it as so-called Jesus, man, which really is that image that Esau had made is Caesar Borgia, which was a pope's son. So that's not no real depiction. And that's not his true name. The true name of the Son of God is Yahushua. Right, so that's one of the ways he exalted himself above all that is called God. Talking about Esau, he exalted himself above all that is called God, man. And he's continually doing it. Let's read again. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Let's jump down to verse 9. It says, even him whose coming is after the workings of Satan. Which, when you go into that word workings in the Greek, I forgot, I think it's energenos or something like that, but I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't really remember it by heart, but it translates to energy. So that word working translates to energy, man. So Esau, he's in accordance, man. The so-called white man, he's in accordance with Satan, man. He's in one accord with Satan. That's why you have the vibration of lawlessness on the earth. And there's a very famous saying from a warlock named Aleister Crowley, which is that saying was, "Do what thou wilt." And Esau Edom, he have put that energy of lawlessness on the earth, man. Because he himself is lawless. Esau Edom, he's the man of sin, man. The feet, the hand, the tail, all follow with the head. And who's the head of the world, man? Esau Edom. For as it is written, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So Esau, he holds the scepter, if you will. He sitteth in a rulership in his world for now, because this is his world, and it has to end before the the other world to come. And really, this is symbolic too, man. You know, one of the ways you kill a serpent, a snake, you cut off the head first. That the whole body may stop moving, man. So Esau Edom, he has to be cut off, man. He has to be destroyed. That wickedness may be stopped. That evil may be put out and deceit may be put out along with it. Esau Edom, he has to be destroyed, man. In fact, let's get this. Let's get First Maccabees. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 7. It says, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. Which a somewhat the world knows about Alexander the Great. Knows about the Greek Empire. Next, the Roman Empire. That's a so-called famous history, if you will. It says, verse 8, it says, and his servants bear rule, every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon their head, upon themselves, so their sons after them. It says, many years and evils were multiplied in the earth. So because of the Greek Empire, evils were multiplied in the earth. Now it's not a secret, the Greeks were heathens, man, Edomites. They were Edomites, man. So the wicked produce evils, man. And to be evils to be put out, the wicked has to be destroyed as well, man. Let's read again. It says, and after his death, verse 9 says, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, so their sons after them. Many years and evils were multiplied in the earth. Which, when you go into the history of the Greek Empire inspection, even Alexander the Great. In fact, they showed in a movie, concerning Alexander the Great, they showed that Alexander, he was an effeminate man, a soft to the touch man, man, who liked men. You know, and you know, even going to the history of the Greek Empire, you know, Alexander and those people, they were indulging in orgies, even and probably even same-sex orgies, man. You know. So, hey, man, that damn crook serpent, man, he has to be put out, man. He has to be put out, man. Job chapter 15, verse 25. It says, "For he stretcheth out his hand against God, and strengtheneth it says, and strengtheneth himself against the Almighty." So he opposed the Lord, man. He puff up against the Lord, man. For a great season, for a long season, man. Right, and the Lord's gonna punish that crooked serpent, man. It says, verse let's just get Isaiah real quick, and we could close off on this. Isaiah chapter 27, verse 1. It says, "In that day, the Lord with his sword and great and strong sword." Let's read it again. It says, "In that day, the Lord with his sword and great and strong swords," or sword, Salakia, "shall punish Leviathan." And who's that, Leviathan? Who's that Leviathan in this, concerning? The so-called white man. It says, "shall punish Leviathan, that piercing serpent. Even Leviathan, that crooked serpent." And when that time of when Esau gets destroyed, man, then righteousness gonna flourish, man. After Esau get destroyed, after that crooked serpent gets destroyed, then righteousness is gonna flourish. Then truth and faith gonna flourish, man. Because in the world to come, if you will, after this world destroyed, in the world to come, you're gonna have, complete righteousness. Right, you're gonna have a righteous government set up as well. It says, continue on with chapter 27, verse 1. It says, "shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon," see, "that is in the sea." Right, so shalom, Lord willing, this video is edifying. Double honors to the elders of the house of David. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Salute and shalom to the fellow laborers in his truth, and all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Shalom.